Yay. Okay, it looks like we're live. Great. Hi, everybody. Welcome. We are going live here with all of you, and we are going to be sharing today the one habit that, oh, I'm getting feedback. I was getting feedback. There, it's gone. Yeah. Okay, technology, just love it. Okay, so we're going to be sharing with you today in today's masterclass. We know we always go live on Thursdays, Derek and I. Today we're going to be sharing for Thursday's Mindset Masterclass, the one habit that is going to change your world. And here is Derek. Derek is from the Drowe Method. If you don't know Derek, you might want to check out the Drowe Method. Derek is your guy that's going to get you in shape and support you in creating those habits around your nutrition and your health and your fitness. So I am so grateful to be here with you, Derek. We are going to have a really great discussion today around what's that habit that's going to change your world.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to this one. Yeah, and I like when you say one habit, because you come from the school, from what I've learned from you, that not to change any more than realistically one or two habits. So I think Tara will give you a habit and I'll give you habits. I think that's plenty. And if you look, I suppose you look, again, it's given a time, Tara, you know, I wrote about this today. I think people, and I used to be this way, I just wanted it all now, but you end up in tears that way, and it's just a repeated cycle. Whereas actually, if you focus now and you're watching this, we really appreciate you watching it, that you can just take this advice, and then when you do apply it, just give it that time that it needs. So you'll actually end up with two habits, because you'll have your own version and I'll have my version. Isn't that right, Tara?
Yes, exactly. And that's what's nice, is that you're going to get a couple different perspectives here. And I would say, first of all, like I was thinking about this, because it's all about habit. You know, we act out of habit. We're acting automatically. And really, what is a habit? It's an idea. It's an idea that has been, through repetition, right? It's been pushed down into the subconscious mind. So we just act automatically without thinking. So the results that we get, again, we always say it's coming from that subconscious mental program. Again, it's just an automatic program. We act, you know, out of the subconscious 96 to 98% of the time. So again, we're just acting out of habit. We're not thinking. So when you take a look at your results, you take a look at your life, you take a look at your health and your fitness and your relationships and your finances, again, that's just all coming from an automatic program. It's coming from a habit. And I would, you know, get all the listeners here, and please give us a thumbs up and a comment. And if you have any questions, because we're really here to serve and to support you in moving towards, you know, your best life. I would just ask you, you know, right now, and take some time to contemplate this. Like, are you living the life that you want? Are you doing what you love to do? You know, do you wake up feeling energized and healthy and thriving? Are you happy? You know, ask yourself some really great questions. I mean, the quality of your life is the quality of your questions. And again, our results are a reflection of what is going on in our life, and our results never lie. So as I was thinking about this morning, Derek, I believe that the one habit that will change your world is the ability to make a decision. And the reason for that is because most people are not. And most people are going to give you a bunch of reasons around why they're not getting the results that they want. You know, we would call that excuses, alibis, and procrastination. Again, you're just acting out of habit. That's why you continue to get the results. Unfortunately, most often that you don't want. So it starts with learning how to make better decisions. And just to make a decision, again, most people are just acting automatically. They're not even thinking. So this is where I would get you to become an incredible decision maker, and even just affirm that on the chat. Like, I am a decision maker. That, you know, you're going to start thinking and not just acting automatically.
100%, Tara. And like, if we're talking, I suppose, like, you know, you did touch on what is an important habit? Well, like longevity is going to be important. So obviously I'm going to talk about the habit of health and fitness. Realistically, it's essential for anyone. It doesn't matter where you live, what career you're into. Like, when you're health and when we talk about health and fitness, I think people are looking at the physical side of it, but this is touching on what you were saying, that it's actually an inside job. And what I mean by that, it's exactly what Tara said. So I'm just following on from it. It is making a decision, because the amount of excuses, like I hear these, if I got, listen, do you know that old saying, if you got like a pound for every time someone made up some bullshit excuse to me, I wouldn't need to work. I would be a very wealthy man. But I listen to it anyway, and it boils down to, for a lot of people, it's time. And time, realistically, we do have time. It's about finding time. And I think for a lot of people, they think especially when they're undertaking something, they make, a mountain out of a molehill type scenario where it's, oh, Jesus, that's going to take me hours of eating, hours in the gym, where in reality, it doesn't. In reality, you could do a home workout. In reality, you could do 2 gym sessions a week. You could do 20 minutes of walking. You could prepare your food twice a week. I would say all that takes is 4 hours a week. And I'm pretty sure people have a chunk of 4 hours, because it's about chunking down as well. A lot of people, I learned this off one of my mentors, it's like you're chunking up and it's, my God, like it's way too big, because you're making something, you're imagining something to be bigger than what it is. Where the reality of it is, it comes down to making the decision, but also looking at it and going, right, where do I have the time? And that's just reviewing your lifestyle. Many times, have you even reviewed your lifestyle and went, well, do you know what? I actually do have 3 or 4 hours a week. And I'm pretty sure everybody looking at this has 3 to 4 hours a week. And it's not going all in, because this is another thing I see. People are going all in and they're like, getting on their diet, they're getting training right, they want to give up this, give up that. It's a recipe for failure straight away. Whereas if you actually just spent a month or two, and you like this one, Tyre, because I know you practice this as well, and you spend a month or two just picking 2 things. Now that could be just movement, and it could be just looking after nutrition, whatever it is. And by applying, by then envisioning yourself already, I suppose, at a good level, at a good fitness level and stuff like that. And that's putting the mental reps in, because what happens if you're not prepared? It's very easy, because this is another excuse here. Oh, I just can't stop eating snacks. So I just, walk by that shop and Tara knows, because she's off the cappuccinos. I don't particularly need to come off anything like this, and we all have a couple of bad habits, but it's that type of what would we call it? It's a paradigm, really, isn't it, Tara? It's that paradigm, that idea, like, that is stuck in your subconscious mind, where you're going by the snacks, and you're used to buying those snacks every day. Now, this is where courage, discipline, fortitude, I could name out 4 or 5 different things here, is what's required. And the reality of it is, it's what you have to do, because for a lot of people, you're looking for easy. And at the first sign of trouble, which will be, as an example, oh, I'm used to eating sweets at 9 p.m. every night. Like, it's like having a cigarette. I'm used to smoking every day. Is it going to be easy? No, it's not. And if you're going to sign up to earn the right to have a body, to earn the right to have the life that you want, whatever, and this can be relationships, business, you've got to do the work. So, like, that's when you are going to be put up against it. There is no easy way out of this, but what you will find, the stronger you grow, the more confidence you will have in it. And you see, again, it's not about forcing your way to do these things. It's actually about really wanting it inside. And what I mean by that is, like, people go on about their vision, and I don't think anyone has a clue, because I used to not know, vision, that's bullshit, this and that. It's not really, because if you were picturing yourself in that confident state, that happy moments, and you're actually feeling the feeling, even though it's not a reality now, and you were playing that over and over in your head, along with being disciplined, along with being committed and making, because you have to make the right decisions. You will have to choose better quality food over less quality food. You will have to choose doing a bit of training instead of maybe watching that episode on Netflix and stuff like that. And you see, everything will come together and will open up. But again, this doesn't come it takes time. It doesn't come easy. And if you're looking for easy, listen, we're not the people for you. I'm sure there's some bullshit out there online where you could take some tablets or go get surgery, whatever you're into. But if you want to create a life of meaning, and it does start from the inside. And when I'm talking about health, I'll always start from the inside out, because really your body is a reflection of your mind, just like your results in other places of your life are a reflection of what's going on in here.
Yeah, I like what you're saying. And I'd also add persistence, right, to that list of all those attributes that you're going to have in order to move towards what you want. But definitely, making a decision, a habit, is going to move you towards what you want. And, Napoleon Hill in Think and Grow Rich, he has a whole chapter devoted to decision. And I wanted to read you something from that, because decision makers are leaders. They're successful people. And it's not that it's any easier for them. It's just that they know that if they're going to go from, let's say, here to here, they're going to have to make the decision from here, not an automatic, same thing that they're always doing from down here. It's got to be a decision that's made from this person, like you're saying, around vision and who you need to be. So Napoleon Hill says that those who reach decisions promptly and definitely know what they want and generally get it. The leaders in every walk of life decide quickly and firmly. That is a major reason why they are leaders. The world has the habit of making room for the man whose words and actions shows that he knows where he is going. So you want to make it a habit that you're just going to become an incredible decision maker, right? When you know you need to do better, when you know you need to form a better habit, you got to do it, because it's indecision is a habit, not making that decision and just acting automatically. And I found a really great quote around indecision that Napoleon Hill says, indecision is a habit which usually begins in your youth. Again, it's all that subconscious programming, genetically, environmentally. The habit takes on permanency in the youth, and the youth goes through grade school, high school, and even through college without definiteness of purpose. The major weakness of all educational systems is that they neither teach nor encourage the habit of definite decision. So you want to be an incredible decision maker. And again, all you have to do, take a look is, okay, this is where you are. This is where your current health is, your fitness is, maybe your relationships, your ability to earn money, whatever it is. Everything operates on frequency. Your thoughts operate on a frequency. So, if you want a better life, if you want to wake up vibrant, if you want to bring in more prosperity, right, then that is at a higher frequency. So you got to make the decision to start thinking, talking, walking, acting, forming the habit of the person that's operating on this frequency, right? So you have to make decision making a habit. And that is the one habit that is going to change your world. It's going to move you towards the results that you want. And anywhere where you're not making a decision, anywhere where you're just acting automatically, like Derek said, right? And I totally can relate. It's not an easy process. I can relate to that. It's late. I'm going to have like a snack. It's 9 p.m. But is that moving you towards, the results that you want in your health and fitness? Well, most likely not, because you're probably going to choose, your choices are not going to be so great at that time at night, that it's just going to sit in your gut. You're not going to feel very good. You're not going to sleep really good. You see how one bad decision, one bad habit, an automatic reaction to something just leads to more bad things. That's what happens. That's a reality of it. So just become an incredible decision maker. Start making decisions that are going to move you towards what you want.
Yeah, like something I picked up from that as well, Tara, and it's just an extra level down, right? So what you're saying is, right, for everyone, right, make the decision, right? So wherever you are, and there's improvements to be made. Like Tara said, right, so you're going from there to there. Obviously, there's steps to that, but within that, just because you made the decision means fuck all, right? Right? Let me explain. Because every day you're going to have to say no to certain things. They're making right? You've made a big decision. Now it's going to be mini decisions, like walking past, oh, I'd love a snack now. Again, you might have made the decision yesterday to say no, but now you have to make it again. Then it's like 9 o'clock in the night time. It's like, oh, it's a bit late. I don't really, want to maybe cook something healthy, but maybe it's easy to order takeaway. Again, you have to make the decision, and you have to keep remembering. No, I'm not that person anymore. This is the person. And that takes commitment, and I know it does. And there may be some failures. I think there should be failures for you to fully realize, okay, do you know what, I'm on the right path, and it's always going to be some challenges, failures, adversities along the way, but make the decision, but know for a certain extended period of time, probably talking months, you're going to keep having to make the same decision over and over and over, maybe many times a day, to say no to things and to say yes to the path that you chose. Now, it doesn't matter what other people are doing, because again, environment is very important, and we've talked about this before, and you have to look around at the people in your life, because a lot of people will not have the understanding. I'm going to give you an example. If just say you're with a crowd, right, and they're all going out drinking pints at the weekend. I used to be like this, going out drinking pints and having the crack. And we're all out of shape, right? So then you make the decision to go, right, do you know what? I've had enough of this lifestyle. I know I can still have a few pints with the lads sometimes, but I want to get fit and healthy, because maybe you have a family. Maybe, you just know this is going to be good for your overall health, and maybe good for your career prospects. It's going to be tough, because you're going to be asked for points Friday, Saturday, Sunday. There's a lot of football going on, and these are the decisions. These are the big decisions, and this is where most people fall, because maybe you will be ridiculed by people because they don't have that understanding. And it's important I say this, because listen, this is a big part of life, and it's easy for me and Tara to come on and go, yeah, do this, do that, but no, in between all of that, it won't be that. It won't always be easy. But the reality of the situation is, and I think the biggest thing I can say here now, you may be choosing the easy life now, but like at the end of the day, we all know the end of that road is looking back, excuse me, with a hell of a lot of regrets. Maybe at an age where you go, fuck, you know what? I think I've thrown away 10, 20, 30 years of my life. Or choose the path we want you to choose, and we genuinely want you to choose this path where it's actually stepping up. You're actually becoming a leader for your people. And you may be, again, ridiculed and they won't understand you, but you will get to a point on that journey. I don't know when that will be. It's not going to be in a couple of months. Maybe we're talking a year. And I don't care. You probably don't want to hear that, oh, year's too long. Well, you have a long life to live, and it is an opportunity. Then you get to that point where actually people will want to know what you're doing. So what can I now do to achieve what you had? And that's the payoff. And that's when your life gets easier, because the easy road will never produce easy, would produce a very tough life 10, 20, 30 years from now. Whereas actually choosing the less easy road now, in a year or two, life will be a lot easier, because you'll have everything you want. And exactly what Tara said, you've created different beliefs, and your mindset has changed, and you're living on a higher frequency.
Yeah. And I want to go back to what you were saying about, and yeah, and it's like you have to make decisions every day. I mean, fortunately, most people are making decisions that are comfortable, right? That's acting out of habit. It's the automatic. Now, that's why I love that quote with Napoleon Hill, because he says you have to make a definite decision. If you have to continue, like when you make a decision and it's a definite decision, because there's a big difference, right? You're like, that's it. This is not serving me, right? This is not where I want to go. I don't want to live in this place of, so it'd be poverty, lack, limitation. And that shows up everywhere. It shows up in your body. It shows up in your relationships and your finances. But Napoleon Hill is saying you have to make a definite decision. When you make a definite decision, you don't need to make all those other little decisions, because you've already said, that's it. This is what I'm doing. This is the life that I desire. This is the health that I desire. But it has to be a definite decision. Otherwise, you're not making a decision. You're just stuck again in alibis, excuses, and procrastination. That's why you walk by the donut shop. You never really made the decision. You're already setting yourself up to fail. That's what most people are doing, because again, they're just a product of a product. We're all just a product of a product. And that's why it's so important for me, I think, like here, like if I can communicate this effectively to you, then you're going to understand it. Okay. Because the life that you desire, the health that you desire, it is like on a higher frequency, right? Remember, I said your thoughts operate on frequency. If the results you're getting are down here, let's say it's you have too much weight, your health is suffering, your relationships suck, you're living in debt, whatever it is, that's a frequency. That tells you the way that you're thinking. It shows you your habit nature. It shows you that, again, you're just acting automatically. All you have to do is take a look at the people who came before you. I mean, you're just, again, that product of a product. So if you want to live on this frequency, you got to start thinking and making decisions. Now, what is this? You're going to have to start to study you. You're going to have to understand the way that your mind works. You're going to have to stop acting out of those lower mental faculties. You're going to have to start thinking. Okay. There's this quote I love: 2% of people are thinking, just 2%. 3% think they're thinking, and 95% of people would rather die than think. So if you want a better life, if you want better health, you got to start thinking. Everything operates on frequency. That's law of vibration. Everything vibrates, nothing rests. Your thoughts have a frequency. So you got to get those thoughts up higher. You got to start acting like, you got to start making decisions like that person. That's how you create a better life. And you do not have to continue making all those other decisions, because once you make a decision, there is no more alibis, there's no more excuses, and there's no more procrastination. If you're experiencing the roller coaster, which I experienced for many years, because you didn't make the decision. You're already setting yourself up to fail. There is probably, already many layers of programming around self-sabotage. I know I grew up with that in my family. I've seen my parents constantly self-sabotage. I was just a product of a product. And unfortunately, the sad thing is here, and this is a reality, because this is a real conversation. There's no BS here. The reality is that most people don't make a decision until they get a diagnosis that maybe they have cancer and they're going to die, or their partner leaves them, or they completely lose everything. Most people do not make a decision unless they're in so much freaking pain, which unfortunately usually takes them out, and it's over. And that's what Derek's talking about. So why not choose the life you want now and start becoming a decision maker? No more excuses, no more procrastination, and no more alibis. That's the only way.
Yeah, listen, it's just facts here, what Tara said. Like, it's when you actually listen to what she said. Definite. What does definite mean? That's it. And that means, okay, I don't know. I'm trying to think of an example for the people, Tara, to what does that look like for somebody?
Look at right now, there's a lot of discussions around fitness and health. Like there's a lot around too much weight, COVID weight. Something comes up all the time.
Where, like, if you look at it like that, okay, just say you're overweight. We'll take this person overweight by 10, 15, possibly 20 kilos. And your habits are not aligning with what you want, but you're not really doing anything about it. You're one of these people. I'll prep my food. I'll go to the gym 3 times a week. And the first sign of adversity, you give up and you go and eat snacks. Now, I'm pretty sure there's millions upon millions of people with that attitude. Even though I know deep down it kills these people, fucking kills them. They don't even look themselves in the mirror. So what Tara is saying, this is the example. If you were that person, if I am that person, I'm making a definite decision to cultivate, first of all, who I'm becoming. And just say I was 120 kilos and I want to be 90 kilos lean. I am making a definite decision to be 90 kilos lean, because it will add years to my life, because I will be leading by my actions, because I will exude natural confidence, because I want to better other fucking people who are around me, i.e. my kids, my friends, my family. Now you're definite. Now I'm even speaking definite, because it's not aggression. I'm speaking in definites. Now, when you do that, you don't give a shit down about, because you will make time. You will make time for the gym, because you will keep remembering what you've decided on. You will keep remembering the picture, which is exactly what Tara is saying, the idea. So the more that you put into the subconscious, things in front of you will change. in time, of course. So when you are up against the snacks, no, you've made a definite decision. Now, it's still a mini decision you have to make to say no. But the more times you say no to the bullshit and yes to the life you want, listen, life will do the rest for you, i.e. the universe or whatever you want to call it, but it will give you what you want. And that is actually showing up. And that's not telling everyone else what to do. And it's only 2 cookies. You're going against yourself. So I suppose essentially it's keeping your word, isn't it, Tara?
It is. And it's always a sign, like when we don't stick to our decisions and because we know when we know we need to do better. We all know when we're getting in our own way. That's always just, it's a self-image issue. It's a self-confidence issue. It's a self-esteem issue. So, the opportunity here, first of all, is to see, like, yes, Derek and I have spent, we have invested a lot of time into ourselves and getting the mentorship and getting the education. I mean, I study myself every day, and it's not easy. This path isn't always easy, but I can tell you from personal experience, and I know that Derek probably feels the same, that it's much easier to do the work than not. I call not doing the work the hell realm. And for me, I guess the decision was that the buck stops here. I seen, because of the mentorship that came before me, the way that I grew up in my environment, it didn't work. It didn't work for the people that came before me. Unfortunately, it took them out. Like literally they died. So I was like, hey, well, I got to make a decision that it starts with me. And that's what leadership is about. It's not about changing anybody else, but you doing the work. And it doesn't have to be as difficult as we make it out to be. Even Derek saying, get to the gym and do different things. It could be something as just making a decision to get your ass off the couch and get off these, these drama TV shows and watching all this negative all the time, which, by the way, is a frequency. Again, that operates on a frequency, negative media and drama and scrolling through media and Facebook. I mean, only use it for the good. But this could be as simple as just making a decision to get your fat butt off the couch and to go for a walk and just to get fresh air and to get the sun in your eyes. You're going to start to feel better by making even a little decision. It doesn't have to be that you got to go to the gym and work out for an hour. It could be just getting outside. It could just be passing on the dessert, and maybe bringing more vegetables and fruit into your diet, just making a decision. Again, it doesn't have to be hard, but you're going to have to do it and you're going to feel better.
100%. Exactly. Like, what Tara said is gradual. Doesn't this all or nothing approach may work for 1 out of 10 people, but it won't work for everybody where it's right. It's making a decision. I'm going to clean this part of my life up over the next month or 2. And yeah, just get out and move. Just get out and move. Replace some shitty food with better quality food. Drink a little bit more water. All of this doesn't take that much time. Then the next step is, well, do you know what? I could maybe lift some weights at home. I could go to the gym. I could up my steps from 3,000 to 5,000 until you got to 10,000. And then, at that stage, you're months in, you're going to the gym a couple of times a week, but you've done it gradually. Again, it's a step-by-step process, because if you started here and that's where your benchmark is, like all you're doing is taking little small steps week to week. And eventually then it's huge achievement you're after, because I think for most people, that's what they do. It's all or nothing. No, we want to change absolutely everything. And you'll do it for a certain period of time. And then something will happen. You go, well, fuck this is too much. And you'll run to whatever vice it is, whatever your vice is, on whatever that thing is, yes to you. And whereas when you're just slowly doing it, yeah, you're still going to have to, say no to a lot of things on a day. But what does it build? It builds your confidence in making decisions. It builds your confidence saying no, because you're going to have to say a lot of that and fucking yes to the right things. So in essence, what you get a transformation of not only body, but the most important thing, from inside out, from mind to body. And, it's hard work. It's paid off. Your life seems easier. You have more energy. You've added a few years to your life. I don't think there's a value on that. I would say all of this stuff is priceless. So that's the simpler way to do it. Definitely not easy, but everything can be made a bit simpler And exactly how Tara said it, just making a decision now while you watch this video.
Yeah. And I would just add to that too. Like, I do believe it does become easier because when you stack up those healthier habits, right? Because that's all you're doing. You're stacking up healthier habits. Like, I don't have to think about getting fresh air every day. I don't have to think about getting on my Peloton. Like, these are things that are a habit, and it's actually easy. And I know I feel better, right? That becomes the new automatic subconscious programming. If I didn't do those things, I don't feel as good, right? Because I'm not acting automatically. That's why you got to stack those good habits. At first, that's what feels so hard. It's because you're acting out of lower vibrations. You're acting out of lower thought. You're acting out of habits that are not so good for you. That's automatic. So you've got to, through repetition, that's the only way you do it. And you never get rid of a bad habit. You only replace a bad habit with a healthier habit. So, I was talking about this with my kids on the way to school, Derek, and there's a lot of kids that are, this world is kind of interesting, right? We went from smoking to vaping to everyone smoking pot now, right? And it's government and medically approved. So interesting, right? And I was saying to my kids, like, one thing I really valued about my own father, he actually quit smoking. Unfortunately, he didn't make that decision until it was kind of too late. He was already in disease and it was a crisis. But when he made the decision, because again, that was a habit, he started chewing on toothpicks. That's just what he did. And wherever you saw him, he'd be chewing on this toothpick. He replaced the oral fixation. That's all it is, by the way, the habit of smoking, putting something in your mouth. He put a toothpick. And my dad, when he made that decision to quit, he never went back. He never went back. Well, first of all, his health wouldn't allow him. And that's unfortunately when people make those decisions. That goes for again, the amount of weight you're carrying, like your health, right? Unfortunately, most people don't make those decisions until it's too late. So if you're jumping on this call, and most importantly, if you have an aversion to anything we're saying, you probably most definitely need to come back and listen to this video a few times. Why? Because we're doing this because we, first of all, have created some pretty incredible success in our own lives. We've been able to help, hundreds of people and businesses around the world. And we know that, we have some pretty incredible, mentorship and material to share with you, and we care about you. So why not make that decision before things are too late? And if you're already in a health crisis, the great news is that, you can start again, making those changes. And perhaps, the power that made the body heals the body. You got a pretty amazing body and an innate wisdom that has the ability to heal you from disease if it's not too late. So just when you need to do better, I would say do better and just start making those decisions, and your whole world is going to change. And not only that, you're going to be able to lead the people around you and inspire them. And you're going to stop passing on, I call it virus software, to your children and to your grandchildren. So this is the opportunity. And at the end of the day, it's all up to you. Nobody can do it for you. So it comes down to, what do you want again, and making those decisions that are going to move you there. So anything else that you want to add to that, Derek?
No, I think listen, we've given plenty. We don't want to give too much again, but I think the main points to take out of it is, right, okay, reflect right now. Just reflect. Don't take too long reflecting. Make a fucking decision before you go to bed tonight, right? This is your decision
and put your decisions in the comments.
Yeah, please, just, for accountability reasons, would be great if you did just put one decision. This is what I'm doing, right? So it can be around anything. Obviously, anything to do with your health is going to be good, because for a lot of people, even say if you're wanting to create a business, if you're like out of shape now and it's like, Jesus Christ, long hours and you're not sleeping and you're not looking after yourself, you're drinking too much, you're not really in business, are you? Like, you have to look at it from get healthy. And what does that mean? Inside, outside job. Get healthy mentally, get healthy physically. So what are a couple of things you can do? Just make the decision.
Pretty simple.
Yeah, it is.
Right? Yes,
Get
it's gonna take some hard work because we get it. You're just acting out of, again, that subconscious mental program. You act automatically. So first of all, well, just like us, we were all programmed. Now you're a big girl or a big boy, and you got to pull up those big girl and big boy underwear, and you get to make the decisions. You get to lead in your life. No longer can we blame the people who came before us. No longer can we blame and stay stuck in the past and past failures. But now is the moment. It's always the best to make those decisions in the now. And most importantly, not to just think about it like we've said on past calls, but to actually take action. So put your decision you're going to make in the chat. If you need some support, we want you to know we're always here. You can reach out to Derek or myself at any time. And we look forward to seeing you next Thursday. And if there's anything that you would, where you have a question or you'd love for us to maybe come on and have a conversation around something to support you, again, send us a message and we would be happy to do that. Okay, so make it a great day, everybody. And we will see you next Thursday, same time.
So, yeah.